All right, we are rolling. We're back again. Welcome to Boot Camp Stories. This is episode number 6. Sorry we've been away for a while, but I had to tend to my real job. And as long as that job is paying me as well as it is, I got to do that first. Joining me is Dana Galloway, co-host, and we got a special guest in here for the show today, Donald Lewis. Say hi, Donald.
Hello, everybody.
Don't be shy.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Now, I didn't know that you were in the running to be in the military.
So I just let everybody know I was signed up to go into the Marine Corps. And it's a shock to a lot of people. Like, they're like, Donald, Marine Corps. But yes. And like legit signed up. Like not, I went to meet a recruiter, then I changed my mind.
Okay.
No, like I went through the whole process. I was at MEPS.
Okay.
I did the duck walk.
Okay.
I'm sure all y'all in the Baltimore area.
Okay.
Know the MEPS doctor that's been there for 55, 75 years.
Absolutely.
He played with me as well as the rest of everybody else.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Dr. Dill? Dr. Dill?
Dr. Dill, yes.
All right. So we'll get back to that. We'll go around the circle and get all the way back around to Dr. Dill. I like to start every show off with something that happened to me or have somebody tell a story of what happened to them, just to kind of break the ice, and then we'll get into the boot camp story of what's going on. Dana, do you have anything to share?
What happened to me this week? I went and played in the woods yesterday.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun.
For the film we're going to be shooting next month, that was really fun.
Something that happened to me?
What?
This was crazy. So I work out a lot, right?
Yeah.
So I came home from this workout, and it was like really, really, really hard workout, right? This day. I felt like nauseous, and I was catching like Charlie horses in my thighs and stuff. So I went in the bathroom, I showered, and then I got out the shower, and I had to use the bathroom, right? So I'm sitting on the toilet, right? And I start feeling nauseous, right? So I'm like, oh man, I gotta get up. But before I could get up, I catch Charlie horses in both of my thighs. I fall to the floor.
Been there.
And I'm laying there, and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get up because I'm about to throw up. So I'm like, do I, choke myself with my vomit? Or do I try to fight past these Charlie horses and make it to the toilet?
I have a question for you. Because you sat on a toilet. What happened to that movement that was going before when you sat on the toilet? Did it go away?
Huh?
Because you sat on the toilet to do a movement.
Right. Yeah.
Did that go away when you?
Yeah, it wasn't like a bowel movement. It was just like, I didn't want to pee in the shower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you finish peeing?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
I was one of those things you just kind of sit there afterwards. You try to get yourself together. Because I still felt nauseous.
I'm just curious because you totally missed out that part. I know when most people sit on the toilet, it's to make a movement. So
right.
I did use
I'm
the bathroom. It wasn't a bowel movement. So I'm laying on the floor like, damn, do I fight through these Charlie horses? Or do I get up, or just choke on my vomit?
Right.
I'm here today.
I'm glad you did not choke on your vomit.
Right.
Just one more question.
I thought I was going to die.
It lets me know what happens. Did you have to clean up or were you just able to move on?
I had to clean up, definitely.
Okay, so I know what happened.
But I feel like I was going to die. Like, I was like, this is like one of those moments, like, what do I do? How do I move on, my legs are like twisted in knots on the floor in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
My bathroom's about as big as a powder room. And so I'm like, what do I do? Do I die here today?
I personally have not been in a situation where I had to cramp and throw up. I have been in a situation where I've been giving myself the old heave ho, and my stomach cramps. Like that's the worst.
That hurts.
Yeah,
that hurts.
Or when when you get older, you start coughing a whole hell of a lot harder.
Yeah, it hurts.
And it hurts. Yeah. Your stomach just got and you feel it in your side.
Yeah.
Like what the hell is that for?
Oldness.
Nobody tells you about that. Like I want to hear about that. I don't want to hear about you should have did this when you were 20. Tell me about my side.
The coughs are
wanting
coming.
to eat itself just because I'm coughing.
Beware the coughs.
Yeah.
Beware the coughs. Yes.
The 40 coughs.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want to hear about that kind of stuff. Don't give me this useless stuff that I'll figure out on my own.
Right. Did you stretch when you were 12? No.
No.
You didn't tell me nothing about these coughs.
Right.
Yeah, unbelievable. Donald, I've known Donald since high school. Dana and Donald are best friends. They've been best friends since middle school.
25 plus years.
Yeah, and I know Donald since high school. They eventually came to the high school that I was in, and I had no idea. I know you were in ROTC, but I did not know that you were aspiring to be in the Marine Corps.
Probably because I wasn't aspiring to be in the Marine Corps.
Sir.
So my Marine Corps story is probably the same as my ROTC story. I had a friend by the name of Dana Galloway, who I love dearly, my best friend, who somehow tricked me to be in ROTC, and I enjoyed it. Best experience in high school.
Okay.
Loved it.
See?
Mm-hmm.
And somehow, some way, convinced me to go into the Marine Corps as well.
See?
Somehow, some way. And I had no clue in direction what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go.
What did you want to do? What was your plans after high school?
I had none.
Okay, so you didn't know college, no anything.
I was winging it. Unfortunately, I love my family dearly, but I was the first to graduate college in my family.
Okay.
So when you come from a family that's not from college, that's not something that you really think about.
Right.
It's not on your radar. You're like, oh, and like 12th grade, it's like, dang, I'm graduate. What am I going to do?
Right.
No clue.
Right.
So like during the Marine Corps, like cool. But at the same time that I started going to see the recruiter, at the same time that we had a college fair, and I went and I applied to schools, and somehow the universe said, you know what, we're going to get you into this school. So I got into school. Literally, I promise y'all, like 2 months before I graduate, I got accepted to school. Don't know how, don't know why, don't know who was looking out for me, but it happened. So I ended up getting accepted to UMES in a dual degree program.
And break that down. Tell everybody what that stands for.
For UMES, I'm sorry, everybody's not from Maryland. It's
right.
University of Maryland Eastern Shore. It is the HBCU of the University of Maryland System Schools.
Mm-hmm.
So we have College Park, we have UMES, and then we have UMBC.
Mm-hmm.
3 schools, one's in PG, one's in Baltimore, and one is on Eastern Shore.
Why do they tuck y'all all the way down there?
Once again, because it is HBCU. so the history of UMES, it is a land grant school.
Okay.
It is an agricultural school.
Okay, gotcha.
Aggie school.
Huh?
Aggie school.
Aggie school. Fortunately, land crop school, in a big HBCU because, sharecroppers, all that stuff, you were black.
There's a lot of current black sharecroppers?
Not now, no.
Oh, so what is this school doing?
I mean, they don't have to move it. The
school's already founded.
Yeah.
That's why I was founded because of that. But,
yeah.
But now, our biggest program there, we they actually have a pretty good physical therapy program. It's actually the only aviation school on the East Coast, I believe.
Okay.
And then those are two major things there that I think the school is probably, recognized for outside to compete with other schools. They have other programs, but I mean, just like any school, English, math major, whatever you want to do. But I think those are the two major things that are there. Oh, and recently we now have a golf management program.
Golf management?
Golf management.
Like the quote unquote sport?
The sport.
For keeping the greens green?
Keeping the greens green, managing golf course also to become a golf
You
professional.
get a degree in that?
Yeah, because UMES has, out of all the schools in Maryland, we have the most land.
Oh.
We literally have a farm on our land because we still do agriculture as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they do that, and farming and urban, whatever they want to call it, farming.
Mm-hmm.
But UMS has a lot of land.
So
we now have a golf course there.
You know what's weird to me thinking of there's a lot of science going on at that school.
Mm-hmm.
Remember making popcorn when we were younger in the microwave? You never burned it. Why are we burning popcorn today no matter what you do? Is there a class for that down there?
I do not know, Sean.
I think it's that popcorn button because before you just kind of winged it, you popped it halfway, then you finished it. It's that
no
popcorn
matter what,
button
it
they
smells
putting on the
burnt
microwave now.
What is going on with the popcorn? Is it a science or something now?
It is.
Is this the UEMS? Did I get that?
UMES.
UMES. Do they teach this?
I do not think they teach this.
We should just go back to Jiffy Pop over the stove.
Nah, I don't like that either. Okay, getting back to it, Donald.
Yeah,
I just
sorry,
want to
sorry. So got to school, but then at the same time, I was going to, the Marine Corps. Talked to my recruiter, staff sergeant. I cannot remember his name.
Dakota.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yes, really cool guy. Got me in. Told him that I got accepted to school. He's like, cool, you can go to reserve. I thought it was all set up. Everything was great. Got down to MEPS, got my hotel room, called my best friend, like, hey, you here? She said, yeah, we here. We got together. We drinking, celebrating, having a good time the night before, Right,
because that's the last chance you get.
That's the last chance you get.
Yep.
Then, next morning, everybody knows the routine. You wake up, you go to the MEPS department, you go see these doctors, you do these tests, you eat lunch there, all this other stuff. And then the last part of everything, you go into this office, they have your contract laid there. Mm-hmm. And you go to the contract and they ask you to sign it. Mm-hmm. So, I'm going to my contract. They're like, okay, here you go, sign it. Now, I don't know other people. Mm-hmm. I don't know how everybody else perceives this or what they tell you. Like, I told me I'm going to reserve. So, I read my contract, and it says active duty full time.
Oh, well, you were smart to read that thing.
Right. And it's
I know
weird,
lots of people that were just like, get me the hell out of here. I don't care what you give me.
Yeah, and I felt weird because it's like the dude looked at me and was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm reading.
Why are you reading?
Right. Like, I felt like the dude was like looking like.
Well, they don't want people that can read in the Marines.
Obviously.
So you were showing yourself to be
an elite class.
Yeah, that you probably should have went in as an officer.
I probably should have.
Hey now. No.
So I read it and I'm like, so I was like, hey, got a question. This says active duty full time. I was like, does that mean I'm going full time? Like, he was like, well, yeah. I was like, well, I'm supposed to go reserve because I start school in August. Like, I already talked to my school. They know I'm going to be 3 weeks late because I'm going to the service and now I get out. And from my understanding, I don't know what it is, but this is what they told me back then. Once I got out of boot camp, I can go to school. And then because you're in reserve, like how they had it set up, like because my schooling can kind of transfer to my MOS or whatever like that. Mm-hmm. And then I could go to MOS like during my summer break. So I'm like, okay, cool.
What was your school going to be? What was your MOS?
My MOS was communications.
Oh, okay. So similar what you graduated from college in.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was supposed to all like work out transfer. Now I don't know if this is legit or not because you guys can gather, I did not make it into the Marine Corps. So I don't know what is legit or what is not. This is what was told to me.
So let's skip to that day. Why did you not make it into the Marine Corps? Obviously, it was the contract reading. You being smart enough to read your contract and realize that the Hong Kong Shuffle was trying to be pulled on you.
Right.
The Chicago two-step or the Shanghai, as my friend Mike Baker likes to say.
Yeah. Shanghai.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So this is what happened. So I was like, well, we're going to school. It's like, oh, no problem. We can switch it over after you got out of boot camp. And I said, but this is a contract, right? And they said, yes. Yeah. So I said, if I sign it now, that means this is what I agreed to, right? They're like, yeah. So I said, how are you going to change it over? Like, is there an addendum?
It's locked and cocked.
Right.
That, like, is there something else that you have right now that I can sign?
Right.
Saying that we can go, like, I initial this and says, oh, yeah, this is going to override this. They were like, no, you just signed it, we'll switch it over. I was like, no. Like, I literally was like, no. It was like, so what are you going to do? I was like, well, either you guys are going to change it or I'm going home. And he was like, okay. We'll go sit there. We'll think about it for a second, whatever. So I went.
What's to think about?
I don't know.
I don't think about it.
I think they were trying to scare me into it.
Sounds like a bad car deal.
Right.
There's no car in this engine, but we going. You sit it there, and you might want to buy it later.
Right. So I go out, and then I go out in the lobby, sit there, and they call me back. It was like, hey, so what do you think? I'm like, I think I want to go reserve. Like, I'm like, well, so dude's like, well, how you gonna get home? I said, one of y'all are going to take me. I was like, she's like, well, how's that happen? I said, because unfortunately the bus leaves in about, 2 or 3 hours. And then from what I was told, we have 24 hours. We get there, whatever like that. And then we get one phone call home to our mother. And she's expecting this phone call by this time. Mm-hmm. So what are you guys going to tell my mother when I don't call home?
Right.
So then I sat in MEPS for about 12 hours. And somebody came and picked me up and took me home.
Wow. So now I didn't know that. Is there a reserve Marine Corps?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there is.
There is.
Because you hear every other branch pushing their reserve side, but I've never heard of the Marine
There's
Corps
reserves.
Reserve Unit.
They're reserves.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And Donald didn't even make it to him.
Nope.
Meanwhile.
So what happened? So did you see her on the bus? What happened?
Meanwhile.
No, I did not see my brother. So yeah, so I guess this is why we're here. I'm sorry. Because I went in on a buddy system.
Okay.
And the buddy system was with my best friend Dana.
Mm-hmm.
So once this happened, they kind of like separated me from her. I wasn't able to like really let her know what was going on.
They didn't. Once you said you're going to take me home,
Yeah.
they didn't want you messing with her head.
Like they put me. They separated me from all.
Yo.
The only people that was in that room with me were people who weren't going to boot camp.
Oh man.
They were the only people in their room. It was like some people were going because of, they were too big.
Couldn't pass piss test.
You couldn't pass it. Yeah, it was like, they had certain tattoos.
Couldn't do the duck walk without cracking a million times on their knees.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and they're like, oh, what was wrong with you? I'm like, nothing's wrong with me.
What was wrong with you?
Like, I was in the room like
What are you in for?
Right. I'm like, nothing's wrong with me. I read my contract. I'm sorry. So, and mind you, I just got finished partying with Dana the night before.
Yeah.
Like, the night was so... I don't remember the night before until... I don't remember because we drank that much. But so I can't tell you any stories about that. Besides me starting my first drink and waking up the next morning.
So how did you realize that Donald wasn't on the trip anymore?
Meanwhile.
How did you realize this?
This story had to be from her point of view because I don't know the rest.
I'm chilling. I'm like, yeah, we about to do this. I'm ready to go. I'm excited. I'm talking to all the little other people that's going into like the Air Force and the Army. Because it's mixed in the hotel.
When you're in the hotel, yeah,
right,
it's mixed.
So I think like an hour or so we got on the bus and I'm like, dang, okay. They putting us on there, And I'm sitting in the back. I'm trying to save seats and stuff. Like, no, keep it pushing. My best friend coming. Man, bus pull off. I'm like, hold up, wait, we missing one. Wait, hold on. I think he might have overslept or something. Bus driver ignored the hell out of me, just kept going. I'm like,
wow.
I'm out the back of the window. I think it might have been raining a little bit too.
It was raining. It was raining that day.
I was out the back of the window and they're like, this motherfucker. He got me. I didn't know Donald wasn't there until I think I wrote my first letter home. And I think I was there for like a month.
Yes.
I did not know he didn't make it.
Wow.
And I didn't know why he didn't make it until I think I got home.
That is correct.
Wow. That is pretty unbelievable.
I was really concerned on the bus. Then we got to the airport and I'm like, dang, like, we about to get on the plane. Like, we missing one person. I'm telling you, we missing one person. Nobody's listening to me.
Yeah.
Because they know we not missing nobody.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the fool that can read? We don't want him.
My God.
I was ostracized because I was able to read.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy. And I'm sitting there and like everybody trying to talk to me. It's like my first time on the plane at the time. So I'm like, damn, we supposed to do this together. Everybody trying to talk to me. I'm like in a mood, like we left somebody. I'm really concerned. Like we left somebody. Like, don't y'all understand?
Oh man.
After a while, I was like, okay, I know it's people ciphering in throughout these next 3 days to Paris Island. He'll probably be in one of them numbers. Something might have happened. I didn't know Donald ain't make it till I got home.
So now Paris Island from Maryland is about what, 10 hours?
Yeah, driving, but they took us to...
You flew, though?
BWI.
Okay.
We went to BWI to Charleston. And from Charleston... BWI to Charlotte. Then we flew from Charlotte to Charleston. And then our bus ride from Charleston
to Paris Island.
Yeah.
Wow, that is crazy. And Donald ended up going on to have a successful college career.
Yes.
At a prestigious HBCU. And he's now dealing in fashion.
Yeah, so this is like a not so boot camp story.
Yeah,
it is definitely not a so boot camp story unless you guys are interested in what college is, but that's a 4-year boot camp,
right? Like I don't know. It was traumatic for me because I'm like, human trafficking. Like we missing somebody. Like somebody is missing.
But it was like I felt bad because like there's nothing I could do.
Like a bad Halle Berry movie.
Yeah. Like where is my child?
I felt so bad and like what can I do? It's like I can't contact her.
Right.
Like her phone calls to her parents.
Right.
So it's like, it's
Yeah, and you didn't know what unit she was in, so you couldn't write her a letter.
right. I didn't
Until
know
I wrote
anything.
first.
Like, wow, that is tremendous. That is scary.
And so it's like I'm sitting,
That is scary.
I'm sitting in my classes, like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
So you went straight to school when you got back.
so I went to school regular time now, so I can,
Mhm.
I can start school. Like
Wow.
I actually went early because I can move in early. Didn't have the same thing. I was like, it actually kind of worked out for me at school because I ended up having my own room because I had to save a room for me. So I got one of the smaller rooms that was for RAs.
Okay.
But because I had my original contract, I was doing the school. Like, oh well, we need to save him a room. So I ended up having my own room, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, after I found out that he was in school, I was cool. But then I got a little salty. Like, what the?
Yeah.
Like, really? For real? You home?
You don't need a reason to get mad about anything at boot camp. So I can imagine you were enraged.
Like, oh, okay. I think my first letter was to Queen Maria Court.
Yeah, Queen Lace Court,
But wherever.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Wow. All right, cool. So that's a not so boot camp story that we got, but I don't care what we get. Like we get anything. Again, the only ones I don't want to hear from is that group in over there. The ones that I keep talking about. I'm not not giving them no shine this time.
No shine.
So, but thank you, Donald, for joining us today. I appreciate you coming out here and doing the show. We're going to get on a roll here. I'm probably going to try to record about 4 or 5 in a row and just spend some time uploading them all. We're coming into the holidays, so it'd be kind of cool to hear some cool boot camp and Christmas stories.
Who was in boot camp for Christmas?
Yeah, I think I can wrangle up a few people that were in boot camp for Christmas. I went in the summertime, so
me too.
I was there through the 4th of July and stuff like that.
Dang it.
But
services don't care, Christmas time or not. You going to some boot camp? Huh?
Oh yeah. It's nonstop. It's always open for business.
Oh, okay.
Always open for business.
Sounds like hell.
Always open for business.
Well, you would know if you'd have got on the bus.
Right.
I told you to read.
But if you have a boot camp story that you
from Dr. Coles.
Facts.
But if you have a boot camp story you'd like to share with us, please hit me up at bootcampstorytelling@gmail.com. That's bootcampstorytelling@gmail.com. And I'll reach back with you and see if we can get you on the show. And again, our gear is mobile. We're not outside of traveling to you within a certain distance, So hit us up and we'll get back. We'll get back at this and record a lot more and just keep listening, subscribing, liking, and sharing. All right. Thanks, guys.